Yes, yes, y'all know what it is. The Earn an ISO show. If you don't know that yet, no. Another show. Earn no ISO though. But listen, man. Anywhere I go, big bro will follow. You know what I'm saying? So as always, shout out to ISO and everything that he doing, man. We've just been taking a couple episodes to allow ISO to get everything up and running for his ISO versus the world. You know what I mean? A show that y'all should anticipably be waiting. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all got the notification bells on. Y'all stay tuned to the IG, the Facebook, everything we know. So when we drop the notifications that it's going and it's ready to go, y'all can tune in on it live, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to Big Bro. You know what I mean? Hopefully everything is progressing the way that it's supposed to go. But nonetheless, this is another show of Earn an ISO. You know what I'm saying? This is a Let's Talk, y'all. Even though I probably didn't title it Let's Talk, this is a Let's Talk. You know what I'm saying? I probably gave it the title The Main Thing, which is the main thing. But nonetheless, let's make it do what it do. If you were under a rock and you didn't know, LeBron had everybody anticipating what was deemed as the second decision. You know what I'm saying? The world didn't know what it was. Is LeBron going to retire? Is LeBron leaving the Lakers? What is LeBron going to do? You know what I'm saying? LeBron gave y'all the date and the time to stay tuned so he can let y'all know what's going on. I believe he said Monday at 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And the world stood still at Monday at 12 o'clock just to see what LeBron said. And what LeBron said was, Hennessy VSOP. That's what we rocking with. You know what I'm saying? So, many people that was upset at LeBron because they felt as though he was toying with us, playing with us. Listen, man, like I said before, we run the culture. You know what I'm saying? We run the culture, man. We run the culture. We run media. Everything stays on our women. I'm not saying we as an Earn ISO, but we do. But I'm just talking about, you know what I'm saying, we as in, you know what I'm saying, the culture of us, man. You know what I mean? Shouts out to LeBron for what he did. I believe that it was a great marketing scheme. You know what I'm saying? Not only was it a great marketing scheme for him showing Hennessy, look, I can do this. It was a great marketing scheme to show that if I want to stop y'all and make y'all pay attention to what I'm going to do, I can. You know what I'm saying? Which he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. It was rumored that kids wanted to stay home from school so they could figure out what was LeBron was going to do. You know what I'm saying? News telecast and everybody alike was tuned in just to see what LeBron was going to do. And LeBron and LeBron style strategically had the same exact shirt that he had on the decision. I believe he started the conversation the same exact way that he did when he made the decision of going to Miami. You know what I'm saying? In the same type of atmosphere that it was set up when he made the decision to go to Miami, take his time to South Beach. So those that love him going to love him. Those that hate him going to hate him. I believe it was a great marketing move just to show the influence and the power that I have. You know what I mean? Moving forward, that if anybody else want to utilize my services this way, listen, like Fat Joe said, yesterday's price is not today's price. You know what I'm saying? Definitely so, man. So shouts out to LeBron on that marketing scheme and everything that he did with that, man. This is something else that I wanted to speak on, man. The right here we have the may he rest in peace, man. The young college football player from LSU, Kyron Lacy. If y'all don't know, man, Kyron Lacy was born December 27, 2000. You know what I'm saying? Hometown of Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Played with LSU. The situation for Kyron Lacy was, let me pull up the circumstances on what happened, man, so I can get y'all the details on this. Here we go. You know what I mean? All right, so here we go, y'all. I got it right here. I got the timeline right here for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I really haven't been seeing this talked about a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's been kind of quiet, rather quiet of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that Kyron Lacy's lawyers, you know what I'm saying, have found this evidence that found that he wasn't liable for the incident that occurred that he was being accused of. But let's go through it. December 17, 2024. A fatal crash occurs, you know what I'm saying, in Louisiana on Highway 20. One vehicle collision kills 78-year-old Herman Hall, who was a passenger in the Kia Sorrento. Police allege Lacey's driving triggered the chain reaction. Authorities claim Lacey driving in the green 2023 Dodge Charger passed vehicles illegally in a non-passing zone. While his car did not physically collide with the others, investigators say his actions forced evasive maneuvers leading to the fatal crash. Lacey is accused of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? In January 2025, Lacey turned himself in and was booked. He was released on a $151,000 bail while awaiting a grand jury review. Within a grand jury review hearing, a grand jury hearing had been scheduled for April 14, 2025 to consider an indictment. On April 12, 2025, Lacey died in Houston, Texas for an apparent self-inflicted gunshot during a police pursuit. Texas authorities report that before the crash, he had fired a gun, fled from officers, and then in the chase, shot himself before crashing. You know what I'm saying? Lacey's attorney, Matt Roy, released video and surveillance footage claiming Lacey was too far away, about 72 yards behind when the crash had happened, arguing he didn't cause it. Man, my prayers out to him and his mother, to his mother, for the loss of her son. This was a very crazy event, because I believe within the details, it was told that officers, basically persuaded witnesses, on what they wanted them to say for this event, and shouts out to his lawyer on digging further into this event, even after this young man's passing. It's great, the time that we in right now, just staring away from this situation, it's like we are so hell-bent on like convictions, indictments, and sentencing of people that we're throwing like just blatant allegations out, and we just whatever's going to stick, whatever we're going to stick. And we've seen this from time and time and again, from Young Thugs, situation, the Diddy situation, to this situation, and it seemed like it's just the ongoing thing. The thing of doing your homework and investigating the case are far behind us. Is whatever we can throw on you, that we feel as though it can stick there because we don't want to do the homework and we don't want to do the work to figure out what it is. That's what it's going to be. And this seemed like this may be another one of them situations, man. It says, in response, Louisiana State Police released new videos and reports asserting that Lacey's reckless driving did trigger the event that caused the crash. They argue that though his vehicle didn't make contact, his maneuvering in oncoming traffic participated the sequence. State police say they used multiple surveillance cameras, 21 across the route, to trace the path of the Charger and support their narrative. Some critics and legal observers claim procedural issues, possible witness coercion, selective evidence release, and that the narrative may have been built too prematurely. The district attorney's office had initially prepared to present an evidence to a grand jury showing Lacey returning to lane, but still holding that he initiated the dangerous conditions. Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? We do know that his mom is going to proceed, with what's going on. And I just hope that justice is served, that the young man's name is cleared up. If, it's true that he didn't do it, man, it seems like that may be the truth, that he had nothing to do with it. I can only imagine how that young man felt at that time when you being presented with something that could be altering in a career that you probably sought after since you was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I believe Lacey was going into the LSU. This is his final season. 58 receptions, 866 yards, and tied for the SEC lead in receiving touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely something that's devastating to the area, you know what I mean? Because there is no such thing as a selective event. If something like that is going on, then it's going on repeatedly because you don't just assume that we're going to do it now, we can get away with it now. It's something that we've been doing, something that we've been getting away with. So, you know what I mean? From the Earn and ISO show, man, we just sit here and hope that, you know what I mean, justice is served and, you know what I mean, everything that needs to be done, man, within that situation is done. Like I said, man, speaking on the Puff Daddy situation, if y'all didn't catch our live that me and ISO did on Friday, you know what I'm saying, then I'm pretty sure y'all know, man. But Sean Combs was handed down a 50-month prison sentence after being convicted of arranging for escorts, drug use, and filming illicit encounters. He was acquitted of the more serious sex trafficking and racketeering charges. He's already been in jail since September 2024, so time served will count towards that sentence. A $500,000 fine and 5 years supervised release were also included in the ruling. And I believe the $500,000 fine is the maximum that you can, actually, throw at somebody. The sentencing drew emotional moments. His children and victims testified. A lot of people are talking about the, as you know, we see the stills, the hand-drawn picture of Diddy and, comment on, and I believe, me and ISO, we spoke on it. ISO said that, like, he, at that time, he wouldn't have cried. Did he say that for that? I don't want to misspeak for ISO. I believe that he said at that time, man, he wouldn't have cried. I kind of, like, thinking back on it now, I kind of think, like, that wasn't him crying because of, oh, I messed up. That might have been tears of joy, because remember, we know that they wanted to give him 11 years. So if you know you facing 11, and that 11 go to 50, and, with good behavior and certain programs that I believe that he can, participate in, it'll cut back on the time as well. That could have been him saying, like, yo, I dodged the bullet, because my life was on the line, and I could have been in here for 11 years just because, and the judge said that he was trying him, not because of what the charges he was facing, but because of the knowledge that he knew of what he had done, as far as being a domestic, a domestic dispute, person, participating in the beating of Cassie, So he was actually tried, not because of the allegations or what he was, sentenced with. It was because of the reputation that he had. So because of that, I think his lawyers had to let him know, like, you're going to get something, because they painted you as a monster. What you did was a monstrous act. They're going to give you something because of it. So just be prepared to get something. And that right there might have been a dodge. Like, I don't know if I was him, I'd have been like, yo, thank you. Like, it would have been tears of joy. Because everything that he was facing, you don't know when you coming home. Now at least he know he got a date, and that date will only, subside and get lesser and lesser as time go by. So I believe that, those were tears of I'm crying because of what happened. They could be crying like I'm crying because I'm glad that I made it out of this, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. So only thing that we can pray, man, is that whatever victims were involved, man, we wish y'all the best. And you heal and you get through it, and whatever it is, the assistance that Diddy need to get him through it, he gets it, and wish him the best as well. One thing is weird because I know that the judge offered, said that he had to go 5 years of supervision. He did say he was bipolar. And if you actually look up, the effects, or I guess you could say I'm not gonna say side effects, but what brings about bipolar, but how one that is affected by bipolar, the things that they do, Diddy exempted all of that, Hypersexuality is a thing, that comes from bipolar as well, And he actually exempted all that. He showed all of those qualities. So it was kind of weird that, the doctor didn't, the doctor, excuse me. The judge didn't, say that he had to go through like medical treatment or something like that, or psychiatric treatment, because that could be something that he needs, because if he actually is that, and I'm going to say alleged because, if he is that, then the things that he did can actually reoccur and he do them again because that thing isn't treated and he's not healed from that. So even though it wasn't issued, I hope that he does get the help that he needs within that. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean, he can be well and move on. You know what I'm saying? They say hurt people hurt people. So hopefully he gets, you know what I'm saying, the help that he needs and he moves on from that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, where are we at? So I was looking at this right here. Oh, here you go, right here. For those that might not know who Assata Shakur is, you know what I mean? May she rest in peace. Assata Shakur, you know what I'm saying, died on September 25th, 2025 at the age of 78 in Havana, Cuba. Listen, this is an activist, you know what I mean, that, you know, I kind of like stumbled across and I was told about, you know what I mean, from somebody, and I looked into their background and listen, this young lady got busy. You know what I mean? As you know, me and ISO say she got busy, man. You know what I'm saying? And what she did. Let's just go through the criminal charges that she was hit with and what actually was done. You know what I mean? Because Assata Shakur's her group broke into the prison to get her out. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know what I mean, listen, if you know they going through them lifts to get you out, you definitely do get busy. But it says right here in 1973, on May 2nd, Shakur was in a car with Malik Shakur and Sandana Cole when they were pulled over on the New Jersey Turnpike for a taillight violation. A shootout with state troopers followed. One trooper, Warren Foster, was killed. Another, James Harper, was wounded. Zaya Shakur was also killed. She was convicted in 1977 of first-degree murder, assault, weapons charges, etc. She and her defenders claimed she could not have fired the fatal shot, citing that her arm was already wounded in the initial confrontation. While serving her sentence, she was transferred among prisons, Riker, Clinton Correctional Facility. She claimed mistreatment in prison, including the use of restraints, denial of medical care. You know what I'm saying? This right here was her escape right here. On November 2nd, 1979, Shakur escaped from Clinton Correctional Facility for women in New Jersey. The escape was reportedly carried out when the assistant of BLA, you know what I mean, members, and the May 19th community organization, Black Lives activists, man, they out here getting busy in these streets, you know what I'm saying? After her escape, she was on the run in the U.S. for several years. In 1984, she surfaced in Cuba, where she was granted political asylum and lived there for the rest of her exile. The U.S. sought her return for decades, attempting extradition, but Cuba refused. In 2013, the FBI added her to the most wanted tourist list, the first woman to be ever listed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? What she is actually, let me tell, because I just told y'all what she did, you know what I'm saying, and what she did. This is her, you know what I mean, her activism right here. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I just told y'all she had a shootout, then I'm out here praising, like, whoa, she killing cops. What is we even talking about her for? But no, this is right here. In college, Shakur became politically active and adopted the name Assata Shakur from her earlier name. She was involved in the Black Panther Party first, focusing on community programs, but later left over internal disagreements about gender and organizational culture. Then she joined the BLA, Black Liberation Army, Black Liberation Army, a more militant organization that entered in direct actions, including robberies, raids, and confrontation with law enforcement. The name Assata is tied to her reclaiming identity, Assata from Asia, meaning she who struggles, and Shakur meaning thankful one in Arabic. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess she said, listen, y'all over here, y'all too calm for me. I'm ready to get busy, and we get busy over here. That's what she do. So, you know what I'm saying? May she rest in peace, man, on her activism and everything that she done, you know what I'm saying, for the culture and for the cause. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Assata Shakur. You know what I mean? Listen, I just hope, man, that if anything ever happened to me, if I call Big Bro ISO, yo, they got me, bro. He like, well, they got you, you got. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Nonetheless, man, it is what it is. Listen, this is what we came here for. This is the meat and potatoes. this is the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. Cardi B versus Nicki. Now listen, let me tell y'all. Like we said in the live, you know what I mean? Because I kind of like dictated the fact that I kind of like I'm not a fan of this beef right here. You know what I'm saying? And ISO had a valid point. He said that, you know what I mean, when 50 do things like this, like troll other people, and you know what I mean, go at people like this, we look at the entertainment value in it. You know what I'm saying? But when it seemed like when it's two women, we look at it as though they should carry themselves on a higher level. Yeah, this is my thing. When 50 go at anybody that he go at with, you know what I'm saying, in the industry, it doesn't hurt the males as far as how far the next male can go. Like, we don't judge the next male off of what 50, even if 50 beefing with Jay. 50 want to do it with Jay, Nas, Ja, you know what I mean, Joe. It never hindered what the next up and coming male rapper did. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, we judge each of them individually. But this thing with Nicki and Cardi, I believe that because they are the two biggest pieces in the female rap world right now, it may actually stunt and hinder, the females. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to choose sides, which is something that went on when 50 did what he did. But now venues are, stagnant on who they can pick when they have certain things, when they have certain events. Who do you pick, this one or that one? Luckily enough, when 50 went at it with anybody he went through, the gap of 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, however you want to go deep, the gap between of fame or notoriety, you know what I'm saying, or we like to say the word relevancy, is not that few and far between if you going down it, you know what I'm saying? You got the top dogs, and as you keep going down, the gap of notoriety or relevance is not that big of a gap. So even if you don't have these two guys and you got number 3 and number 4 to the hip hop world, we still get to enjoy a good show. Now, the gap of relevancy or notoriety or fame within the female world, that gap is a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Nicki been running things for a long time. Cardi is one of those up and coming female rappers who's been closing the gap. You know what I'm saying? She's been closing the gap. But even if you go below her, the next person below her that's closing the gap, you could say it's Megan. You could say Glow, you know what I mean, who been gaining speed. Lotto is doing anything. Ice Spice. But those gaps in between there is kind of like it's larger than the gaps is on the male side. And I believe that hurts, you know what I'm saying, them more than it hurts the males. Not just that, man. I believe that it's gotten very ugly. You know what I mean? It's gotten very ugly. And so ugly that I'm gonna say like this. Bear with me. I pulled up the tweets and I'm gonna read through them. Like I said, man, these joints got ugly, man. It was talks about each other's kids in here. You know what I'm saying? Families, lines that shouldn't have been crossed in the first place. But I'm gonna talk about it right here, man. Nonetheless, I don't know if this is in chronological order. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not, forgive me, man. Nicki Minaj tweeted, this is where I started at. Nicki Minaj tweeted $4.99, alleging to the price that, Cardi set her album at, $4.99. And then after that, Nicki tweeted Barney Dangerous, a name that she's been calling Cardi, After that, Cardi B responded with her tweet, Cocaine Barbie. You know what I'm saying? So this has became the Barney Dangerous versus Cocaine Barbie, tweeting battle right here. Nicki Minaj, then after that, tweeted A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, heavy tongue E. Nicki Minaj after that, retweeted that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, sugary to look like me, tell the rat to tell G-Z, Rico, fraud, and perjury. Nicki Minaj then, tweeted the same thing again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pregnant, play with his pussy. Nicki Minaj again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, lied and said mom was Trini. Nicki Minaj again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, he don't want to dig my big. You know what I'm saying? Cardi responded after that. Damn, she was streaming magnet hard as hell, huh? Nicki Minaj again. ABCD jump out of the plane. Cardi B responds with the image of somebody with a pink wig. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B responds after that. No, cause I was really baking ribs and making blondie brownies, and here come this bothering me on a damn Monday. You know what I mean? With our pictures of the ribs. We got Nicki Minaj, reply tweet after that. Falling off the charts with a big belly, running trains. Barefoot, still smelly. Still you could not outsell me. Cardi B responds, why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag that you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers that started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with, and you ain't, because you doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What the WTF is you comparing yourself to me for? Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying, sends out pictures of Cardi B looking like Barney. Nicki Minaj again. Raw doggy pregnant with the fourth baby. Barney B, beef, HPV, allegedly. Cardi responds, all right, now this is the third tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all them perks, scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord, protect my babies. Look, man, I don't even really want to read through all these joints because these joints get crazy, man. But I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, to give y'all an example of what it is, man, because these joints is long. I didn't even realize how many of these joints I actually had on here. These joints are long. And like I said, man, they went on and on, you know what I'm saying, on and on, and on and on and on and on and on and on. I think it's to the point right now, man, where there is no reconciliation with this. You know what I'm saying? There isn't any. Both of these artists have crossed the line, and we will always have the what if. You know what I'm saying? The what if these two actually got together. And I know we always go to the allegedly. What if they would have did an album together? Freak an album. What if they just would have did a song? I'm telling you, did they do a song together before they even got to this? Because I actually looked up what was the history before, you know what I'm saying, the beef. I'm not sure. Let me see. Where is it at? I pulled this information up. No, not right there. No. All right. Well, no, I don't know if they actually did, but it was I know when Cardi B released Bodak Yellow, you know what I'm saying, Nicki actually did, you know what I mean, acknowledge her and congratulate her, you know what I'm saying, which you could say was supportive at the time. But you know, tensions grew, disagreements over the years, you know what I mean, credits and perceived slights at lyrics begin to strain a relationship. So uh I would just say, man, for you two young ladies, man, you two talented young ladies, the best thing to do is just drop y'all music, let the music talk. You know what I'm saying? There's no need, and be civil within the situation. You know what I mean? You got to show certain venues and certain promoters and certain places that listen, even though I don't like such and said person, I can still conduct myself, you know what I mean, in a manner around them that's conducive for business. You know what I mean? Last thing you want to do is hurt business and hurt the next up and coming, you know what I'm saying, female artist behind you. Shout out to Lotto and shout out to Lotto and Ice Spice on, you know what I mean? You know, dropping a beef and doing a song together, man, which is great for the female, you know what I mean, the female artists, man. We get a time like that, but then we get a time like this when the two biggest female artists, you know what I'm saying, in the game double down and do their thing. Nicki Minaj will always be looked at as a top 5 female rapper in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you can't say. You can't deny that. Cardi B is emerging, you know what I'm saying, to put her name, you know what I mean, within that standing as well. And I don't know if because of that, Nicki kind of, you know what I'm saying, felt the pressure of, because we always talk about relevancy, you know what I'm saying? well, you know, such and such ain't relevant. Such and such. We are living in the world that if they not talking about you right now, then you ain't hot. Like, you need people to talk about you every minute of every second of every day, every second of every minute of every day. You know what I'm saying? Just for you to remain relevant. And everybody wants that 15 minutes of fame. When that 15 minutes of fame run out, what do I have to do to reclaim that 15 minutes of fame? You know what I'm saying? So the saga continues, and it's still gonna go on, and we're going to endure this over and over and over and over again, and it will continue on beyond Nicki and Cardi with 2 other artists. You know what I'm saying? Beyond even Drake and Kendrick. This is something that's going to continue to go on. There is a level that supersedes where the level of competition in hip hop, it oversteps that. You know what I mean? We do know hip hop is a competitive space, but sometimes you overstep those boundaries when you do certain things by talking about people's kids, talking about people's families. You know what I'm saying? Long as we leave it where it's going to be, it'll be beneficial for everybody. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop star, the hip hop fan base, and hip hop itself. Hopefully we can get to a place where these 2 artists get cordial, and you know what I mean? They just are able to understand that the game is better with us doing what we gotta do rather than us, you know what I mean, going at odds with each other. I wish them young ladies the best at what they do. And I wish all the females, you know what I mean, the best at what they do right now. You know what I mean? Because this will be something that will overshadow the next up and coming, you know what I mean, females. We will continually talk about this, while we'll miss out on a Rhapsody, you know what I mean, verse. We'll miss out on the Bahamadia verse. We'll miss out on the Doja Cat verse. We'll miss out on the Lotto. We'll miss out on the Ice Spice. We'll miss out on, you know what I'm saying, a Carisha, a City Girls verse, because we so focused on the drama, you know what I mean, that the 2 biggest female artists bring. And I hope I'm wrong, y'all. I hope I'm wrong, because the females have been killing everything, and I hope they continue to do their thing, because the time is theirs, man. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing that. Keep going. Keep striving. And with that said, this has been a Let's Talk. If you got this far, man, like, rate, review, share, subscribe. Just a couple little small things show you appreciate the big things that we do. And with that, we out of here. Peace.